Go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Romulus. I am the risk manager over at the Rehabilitation Center of the Palm Beaches. My primary duties include investigating unusual or abnormal events. For example, a fall, a dementia patient, and even a regular person post operation can sustain a fall in the facility. My job then is to identify the root cause of the situation, gather all the statements from the staff, as well as collect eyewitness statements in regards to the event. At the time, I'll take all the information gathered, and I will find the root cause and find proper interventions to prevent a future fall or the same reoccurring fall. My position requires me to exchange information with staff members, residents, and guests, especially to find the cause of a situation. There are three communication types: verbal, which is one to one, when you walk up to someone and speak the situation or information. And you can relay information also via telephone, radio, or media. Nonverbal would include body language. For example, an angry person with furrowed eyebrows or have their arms across their chest in obvious upset manner. Or even a happy person who's walking around with a smile on their face and a joyful expression as they express to you their joy. These are all forms of nonverbal expression. A beautiful example will be a newborn baby, unable to say when they are hungry, but instead would cry and cry. This is their way of nonverbally expressing that they are hungry, soiled, or in need of affection. Written communication. In this technology era, you can now send a text message, an email, use other internet forums like a Facebook page, Instagram message, instant message. You can also still write a formal letter to a local government agency to help and support a local organization. Also, the use of visual aids. Have you ever driven up and down the highway and noticed the billboards? There's sometimes someone's soapbox of their way of expressing something to the general public. Also, the use of media, use of the news to relay information of a striking level. Communication is important at work because one, it builds relationships between two colleagues, relationship between your outside vendor, and even a relationship between an employee and the patient. By you communicating with the patient, they in turn will have a certain rapport with you. And when something happens, the first person that they will contact is you. Delegation. Delegation is a form of communication. As nurses, it is our job to also delegate tasks to the CNAs. For example, a patient who may need to be prepared for a certain operation or a certain procedure, and you would need to delegate this task and information to the CNA. For example, a patient going to have a colonoscopy, you will delegate to the CNA not to give them any food because now they are not to have anything by mouth. So the information that you received from the doctor, you are now delegating that to the frontline staff to make sure everything goes smoothly. Also, communication increases growth in a company because finances requires communication. And also, frontline employees, they can also climb the ladder through communication. It allows the front staff person to become upper management. Transparency. Communication allows transparency both inside and outside. Within the community or that company, you can have an all staff and you can relay new policies and procedures and follow it up with a question and answer forum. At that time, the patients, if they are present and part of the forum, can also ask questions, as well as the staff. If they have a question regarding a policy or procedure and they need clarification during the question and answer phase, you allow effective communication because they are now therefore able to obtain clarity in something. Outside transparency through advertisement. Okay, and advertisement allows you to relay great things about a company. And also, for example, you can also use news. News is a great way to relate to the general public all over and globally the great things that are going on in a facility, as well as when a situation arises overseas. This is our way of finding out what is going on, is through the news. Finally, exchanging information helps people express their ideas, like the great idea of us coming together and creating a new forum for our patients. And it allows you to express your feelings, whether you agree to a new policy change or disagree. It also helps at the same time for us to understand each other's emotion, because by looking at someone's nonverbal cues, we can know what they like or don't like, and as well as their thoughts of each other. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me once again. My name is Rachel Romulus, and I'm the risk manager over at the Rehab Center. Thanks for communicating with me.